profits, hopefully that they profited from your love, because it's so important this time of the year that we remember those that need it most, right? I am really excited today. I'm going to get right into the things that we're going to do, because I just love helping you grow. This time of the year, I think about, how some people are really lonely and isolated. They don't have the right people around them. They have struggled with making sure that they have a support group besides maybe their family that they rely on for emotional support, just job support. People lose their jobs this time of the year. It's a real struggle for a lot of people. And yet, I feel like I'm always happy. But I try to bring joy to people because I find I have this peace within me that is just joyful. And so I really try to share that. And I think part of that is God, personal growth, just knowing who I am, to be able to support people that need help. So today I want to just take you through a really fun exercise and challenge. And so if you're in for just like thinking differently, being pushed outside of the box, say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right.
We have a choice.
Yes, you do. So the first thing we're going to do is going to get these papers out. Oh yeah, let's do a picture real quick so we make sure. Joe, will you take a picture for us?
Absolutely.
Okay, here you go. I think it is.
Thank you,
So we
Catherine.
have this.
You wanted to look back this way, just kind of turn your head and you go to the front.
Sure.
Everybody just kind of look back this way real quick.
Sure. Oh, great.
Get the right place. Oh, this is great. Right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Very good. Thank you, sir. So Lisa's going to hand out a piece of paper. And, oh, boy, yeah. No, there you go. There you go. Now your first challenge today, you don't have to be an artist. This is I saved all my stuff from the last time we did this. You did? Yeah, it's in my file. You go, Miss Joyce.
I wondered if we did this. Did you do this at Southside River?
Yes.
Well,
But you're going to do
it's
something
not the same
different
thing.
today.
Oh, yeah.
It's new.
I would just do it like I normally would anyway, so.
Okay,
I
so
can't remember what I did.
for those of you that have been at my groups before, and we draw different things, so I want you to draw. There are no rules. When you get your paper and pen, you have 3 minutes to draw a reindeer.
Coming at it.
You want me to set a timer? You got it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You know this one?
No.
Totally.
Here you go.
I bet Amy's
You can use
really
mine.
good.
No, stop.
Yeah, can I phone a friend? Amy.
What does a reindeer look like?
Oh, you're so cute.
There you go. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
It looks like it's after.
Says it all, doesn't it? All right, guys, I gotta go.
Bye, we love you.
Have a good day. Merry Christmas. If I don't see you, and so I'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
This is horrible. Here you go, 1 more minute.
That's what has a weird mouth.
It kind of has a human mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't know what kind of mouth it had.
Isn't this fun?
It's made out of.
And you didn't have any instructions, right? So you guys are doing all this creativity on your own. Okay, so right, so the idea is, how do you take instruction? Right, do you think about it like overcomplicated, think that you have to do it the right way? Think that you need to have your neighbor help you, like, I can't do this on my own.
I mean, I would like to think you're. That's you, everybody else. Can you instruct?
Give me your best shot? Okay, all right, so, oh my gosh, let me see your, so here are your results for your reindeer. So it's really not about the reindeer itself, it's the psychology of where you went to the paper, how many details that you have on it, what it might look like, right? So I want you to think about this. So look at your reindeer and tell me if your pig is drawn towards, if your reindeer is drawn towards the top of the paper. Yep. Did you take it and draw it more towards the top of the paper? Okay, you guys are positive, optimistic people.
These are my read of this drawing.
If it is drawn in the middle of the paper, how many of those do I have? Okay, middle of the paper, you guys are realists. You see things as they really are. Yep. How many are drawn towards the bottom of the paper? Okay, there's our devil's advocate. I love it. These are the people that you go, okay, I need to bring her an idea because she's going to be like, oh, you haven't thought about this and this and this and this and this. But that's the truth, right? So it goes on. So if your reindeer's face or your body is facing left, all right, you believe in tradition, you are friendly, and you remember dates and birthdays. Maybe? Okay. If your reindeer is facing forward, so do you have just a picture of the face of the reindeer? Yes? All right. You're direct. You also enjoy playing devil's advocate, and you don't fear discussion, right? All right. If your reindeer is facing right, how many of those do we have? All right. You're innovative and active. But you don't care about dates or birthdays. How many of you have a lot of details on your reindeer? Horns? Do you have Santa and a sleigh and a house? No. So, but if you have more details than just the face, this is you're analytical, cautious, but you may be distrustful until you really get to know a situation. If you have few details, you may be emotional. Or just care a little for details, but you are a big risk taker. So you just kind of put your reindeer out there and said, oh, that's the reindeer who's going to go on his own. How many of your reindeers have 4 legs? All right, this shows stability. So you're secure and you're stubborn and you stick to all of your ideals. How many have less than 4 legs? Okay, we need a little bit of work on you guys. You just may be going through a period of change. Okay, so the reindeer's moving. And how many have ears on your reindeer? Okay, how big are your ears?
Not very.
Antlers. Are they big? Big antlers. Big antlers? Are they small or big? Okay, the bigger your antlers, the better listener you are. All right, and last but not least, do you have any tails on your reindeer? Yes. Okay, the longer your tail, the more you have a social life. So, that's it for the reindeer. That's fun. So it's a game that you can play with everybody.
And you'll send that to us, right?
I will. But thanks, Jill, for coming. Hello. Let's draw it back.
Attention to this.
Late.
Go ahead and take a picture, everybody, and I'll take a
Yours is
picture.
coming.
I said, can I bring a friend and how you're
Oh, Missy. Okay. So this ticket is for a couple of things. We're gonna do a drawing at the end. So we're getting ready to do an event. So I'm gonna announce this real quick because you're gonna hear it all throughout. John Maxwell has been a mentor of mine since 2016, way before that, but really I became a coach with him in 2016. And having a mentor, like we've learned the last few months, we've had lots of nonprofits in here talking about mentorship. And what I believe is so important is you have that person to guide you, to give you a little bit of reassurance, the questions that you have in your own mind, that, hey, I may want to try this or I may want to do it. And they just give you a framework for what they know has worked, what they've tried in their life. I had no idea really what a mentor was. You just kind of go through life, right? And you don't have that structured mentorship. This has made everything in my life so clear that when I was eliminated from my corporate job, it gave me the confidence to say, I don't want to be treated like that anymore. So I'm here today because the things that I believe are to help people, not just women, but people, corporations become stronger, making sure that we all understand each other, we can communicate together, and that really internal bullies are horrible in corporations, but it happens in community too. And so I want people to know that they can have confidence within themselves to do great things, and they don't need to fit into these holes that we all feel like we have to fit in, these labels that we have to fit in the world. So that's kind of the crux of why I do what I do. It's been such an inspiring faith-based journey because John is a minister and has led his life saying that whatever he knows God's giving him to do is the next best thing. So it has helped me with my faith, just believe. I don't have to figure it out, I just know that it is, right? He's just show up and God's going to use you. So that's been the story of my life. This event that we're having in January is called Live to Lead. And I theme things every year. So this year is Come Alive in 2025. And as a coach with John, I have licensed material that is specific for community growth and development. So John Maxwell, John Gordon, Shantae Lowe, Malcolm Gladwell, Brandon Dawson, that started Cardone Ventures with Greg Cardone. All of these have specific content that we're going to review. We're going to challenge the community to collaborate and be better together. So there's lots of segments in it, but if you want to know more about it, we've got sponsorships available. We have ticket sales that give you great access to still our VIP access for that. So anyway, if you want to know more about it, let me know. Go to everydayleaders.com and you can, of course, find out how to join us. But it's January the 9th. All right. So the other thing that we're doing, if you're in a company that has SHRM credits, we're able to give 4.5 CEUs for SHRM credits, which is huge for companies. And VIP networking. We're also doing an awards banquet breakfast for youth leadership. So we're pushing through applications to all of the education foundations throughout the Johnson County. And we're going to be able to offer 2 awards for youth. So we're really excited about that. We have 22 nominations already, and it's only December the 4th. So, all right, so let's get into another big announcement. Mom and I wrote a book together with some other ladies, and we won first place for the American Writers Award. Last week. So we're really excited about that, and we pushed that off on Mother's Day this year. So if you want to know more about that, I've got some books out there. Congratulations, Mom. All right, so let's get into the topic today, personal board of directors. How many of you have ever thought about having a personal board of directors? Stacy, Pat, Katie, anybody else? So those of you that have these, why do you think this is so important?
I think, as you mentioned, having, number one, mentors or mentor, and just having those folks who can be honest with you and provide you guidance as you're navigating different decisions and different experiences in life. I think it's important to have just that group. When you think about a board of directors that helps you through life, I'd say that's important, and I'd say I'm still building mine. It's a fairly new concept to me,
That's great, I agree. Pat, do you have anything else to add?
Well, I'm similar to Stacy, I'm just more starting to grasp maybe the value of that concept in searching out those people that I feel would be honest and yet be willing to hear too. They don't even have to be in the same line of work, just professionals.
Yeah.
And also, I'm self-employed, and so it's nice to have other people in different circles to bounce things off.
That's awesome. Katie, what about you?
I think it takes a village with anything and everything in life, and it's so important to have our cheerleaders, our people that are going to help us to grow. I'm a huge fan of growth, all the stuff that John Maxwell is doing, and I've seen it to be a huge blessing to have where you can add value to other people and they're helping add value to you, and then that's the community that you're building. So I find it critical.
It's pretty awesome. You've owned the studio since you got out of school, so you don't have that kind of other corporate experience.
Yeah.
Pat, what did you do before Shackley?
A number of things.
Yeah.
Office, sewing, different things.
So thinking about having a personal board of directors now, it's like, if you thought about that earlier, it just changes your whole mindset, right? Stacey, you do a lot. You're on boards and in the community at the time. Have you found a lot of other people have a personal board of directors that you talk to, or?
I haven't really explored it with a lot of other people as far as So for me, I have, just naturally been very independent. But as I've matured and I've learned that it's very important to seek out other perspectives. And so for me, and I'll tell you a little bit of myself, so 25 years in corporate America, but it's been 25 years in corporate America, and I'm thinking, what else?
Yeah.
What's next or what else? So a part of that is the process of exploring and growing into hearing other perspectives and just getting that external direction, so.
That's awesome. It kind of happens to women, right? In 25 years, you're like, wait, everything needs to change. And so you have to, if you can think about that earlier, then you're more prepared to kind of know, like, hey, I've been building this while I've been building my family and life on the side. But it's really hard. And so I'm a real advocate for having these conversations because I think it's huge. So thank you for sharing. So here's a little bit of my personal board of directors. So many things that come up to think about community involvement. We do a morning Bible study that we've been doing for 5 years that started October 1st of 2019. Hard to believe that we do that every day at 7:30 a.m., but yes, we do that every single day. And, maybe 10 people, maybe 25, maybe 2, but it's about accountability, right? It's whoever needs to get on in the morning and just read scripture and discuss what's going on to be able to give them some guidance and direction in their life that morning. And so we've met amazing people from all over the world that hop on, and everyone's always invited. But that has been a huge support. I would say my big kind of faith board of directors is the groups that I make through the John Maxwell team that also, participate in a lot of different online faith studies. So, and John's from Little, of course. Katie, we've done some amazing things since we've been doing stuff this last couple of years. And, I would say Aspire. Aspire is one of my big groups of board of directors as a community because it's business leaders, it's mentors, it's people that I haven't known before in those roles to say, well, what are you doing? How can we collaborate together? Right? I think board of directors sometimes is a collaboration mindset, and we forget that. What can we do to help you that's also really going to give exposure to some new ideas? And I think this community needs that more than ever. We tend to get siloed. There's lots of nonprofits. There are a lot of industry leaders. There's a lot of mortgage. There's a lot, right? People say, I don't want to join a chamber because there are already too many of those. I'm like, no, you do you well. And so show up and show us your gifts, and people will want to be involved with you. So I'm the ultimate encourager. Like, go do it. Challenge you. So I just want you to think about, I'm going to give you some worksheets here in a second. We're going to go through some exercises. But I want to think of, close your eyes right now, and if you had to think, who your mentor is, who's somebody that challenges you, who's somebody that's a cheerleader for you, who's somebody that's a truth teller. These people are really, really important. All right, open your eyes and please pass these down. Joe, do you want one of these two? Don't ask him, just sell it. He does. Come on, Joe. All right, so some of the questions that I really want to lead you through today are, you got this? There you go. Everybody get one? Okay. So, I love to kind of put this in. Somebody at one of the HR roundtables did an exercise about like how many positions have you had in your life? If you start back at your very first job, how many times have you changed or made a pivot? And so I started just kind of listening to this the other night. I was like, okay, well, Greenwood High School, 25 years in medical device. And then I got eliminated. And I was like, wait, now I can pivot and do something different every single year. And I don't have to stay in this mindset of like, oh, what's my review going to look like at my company? Am I going to fit into the right club? Are they going to move me to a different group? So this is the momentum that I feel like has helped me get really clear. But it's because I have been very intentional. The morning devotional has kept me accountable. The things that I have planned every year to do something to bring community together. These are things that I really believe in. So I have had to have the right mentors in all of those categories to help me think bigger. So I want to challenge you today to think about who those people are on this list as we go through this. So John Maxwell always says that, growth starts with you. We always want to say, well, gosh, it would be so much better if you just changed that. How many are married? Could you just change that? But it doesn't work that way, right? Chapter 3 in this book, 15 Laws of Growth, this is my favorite growth book. Chapter 3 talks about the law of the mirror. And it basically gives you a breakdown of what you see in yourself is really how you show up, what you value about yourself. If you don't think that you have value, then you're going to show up probably pretty chaotic, probably pretty aggressive, probably pretty toxic, and it's because you don't understand that you are a person that was designed by God that has value. So you may hear me in conversations sometimes with people going, chapter 3. But it's really to go back and take a look at yourself. What do we believe about ourselves that we need to maybe work on so that we can be more valuable? We have more value, we can add more value to people. And things that you guys are all involved in the community, you can see how just having that mindset, saying, I need a different environment, people will come to you if you have that open mind of like, hey, I want to add value. Who knows Kim Smith? Kim Smith runs the Johnson County Senior Services. She is a tremendous person of God and value, and she helps 8,700 seniors in the community every month. And I think if she didn't really understand what her purpose and her value was, those seniors would not get the service that they need, because she just pours out her heart. So I think about her every time, and what can I do and what I'm doing to bring more value to others, right? And Kim's a great example of that, I think, for all of us. All right, so personal growth starts with you. You have to identify your goals, right? So you have a personal goal. You have to define what you want. You have to find the right people, and then you have to establish pretty clear roles about what those mentors, cheerleaders, and the other roles can do for you. It is critical to have that person not as a, hey, let's go have coffee every day, but you may not even, like Pat said, you may not even be in the same industry, but they will be people that you can rely on because you know their character is true. They've been through maybe a similar situation that you've had, that they've been challenged with something in a corporate role. Find those right people that can guide you to give you that breath of fresh air, that breath of hope that we all need to grow. That's what mentorship is about in this first step. So, guidance and support, diverse perspectives is so important. And I think we all mention it, and we think like, oh, that person I knew when I had another job in another role. And yet you could always reconnect with them because you could finish each other's sentences because you went and experienced the same things at the same time. So those are people to keep in mind. Accountability and support. And then, of course, networking connections, right? Who is it, the people that you meet say, hey, how can I refer business to you? Who do you know that I should know? How can we collaborate on a project together? That's so important because maybe sometimes your guidance or your endorsement of that person will help them change everything that they're trying to accomplish. And they're struggling, and so just having those conversations really, really helps. So, have you thought about now what type of people that you want to surround yourself with? Has it changed from the moment that you came in today? Have you thought about a new person that you might have that you want to reach out to in your circle? Keep thinking about that. And so the questions that you really want to answer are on the sheet. So there's 3 questions always that I think about in each of these categories. And as a mentor, a seasoned expert who provides wisdom, guidance, and experience to help you grow. So all of these say the same thing as far as the breakout, but a mentor has knowledge in the areas that you want to grow. But you need to ask, do they have the time and willingness to mentor you? Right, that's the big question. Do they have the time to mentor you? And then, what can you learn from their success or failures? I want to just take a few minutes here and think about, as far as mentorship, if you've not selected somebody in your life, who might you want to reach out to? If it's a role of a person, if it's the name of a person, and then, who might be able to help you get introduced to that person? Is there somebody specific that you have in mind? Just take a couple of seconds here, about 30 seconds, and just jot some ideas around who might be a good mentor for you. so when you're finished, share with a neighbor who you chose and why you think you chose them. How you think you will connect to them if you don't already have the connection. And is there anything that that person can help you do to find that right mentor? All right.
Unless you're doing October 2025, I don't think that would be able
Oh, yeah.
I love
I like this energy. There are 34 logistics, right? It's really good. It's not that you can't forget them, it's not that you don't see all of this, but it's about like maybe a
Both of those, she
Okay, ladies, how are we doing for our mentors? Are we getting clearer a little bit? That's why I did write. All right, I'm going to show you a quick video.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to show you guys a quick video of my mentor. This was 13 years ago. So, you know, mentors change, right? Their lives change. So I love this because it's John Maxwell's very first Minute with Maxwell. He does these every day, he studies for 13 years. This is the very first one. So, we get this to plug in.
Make sure your volume's up now.
Hi, my name is John Maxwell, and welcome to the website, johnmaxwellteam.com. I'm a communicator, and words are very important to me. They impact people's lives. They can change people's lives. And as a coach, a teacher, a communicator, I always want to probably maximize their value in any way I possibly can. And that's why I'm talking to you. And welcome to the video, Minute with Maxwell, where I want to take words and kind of draw them out for you and hopefully give you a thought and idea that will help you not only personally, but also professionally. In fact, if you have a word that you'd like me to kind of briefly talk about and pull out for you, send it to me. I'll be glad to do that. We're just delighted to have you be part of our team, and on your email there's a box that we just need you to fill in the information so you can be with us on a daily basis where we can really kind of make a difference together. And one more thing, there's a very exciting announcement real soon. I'm going to tell you about something that is so important to me, and I think it's going to be so important to you because I think you and I both want to add value to people's lives, and this announcement is going to impact you and the people that you want to add value to. So you just stay tuned and let's see what we can do together.
Okay, that was 13 years ago. And then John announced the John Maxwell team that was a coaching, training, and speaking program. And it had grown from the first group that came together. There were about 50 people that said, oh, I believe in this, and I'm going to join this journey. And he has coached them. He's done Minute with Maxwell's. If you sign up for John Maxwell's daily Minute with Maxwell, you can tell he's grown a lot in 13 years because he hadn't really gotten on video. He was a minister. He stood up on stages, right? But the group I joined in 2016 had grown to 16,000 people in 3 years. Today there's over 55,000 people in 2024. So you think about the impact of he took action, right? He took action on that one thing to say, I think it can be better. I think I need to grow. I think I need to help add more value to people. And that was really, I love that video. I save it for everything because you go back and say, you would go, you know, the first time's never the best time, but you took action. That's what I love, is helping you guys think through what is that one thing that you need to do today? Who's that one person that you need to ask for connection to help you with whatever it is that you need to do? So, all right. Let's dance. Yeah, it's ready.
I want a trophy.
Yes, I love it. Okay.
You should have.
All right. So the next, we're gonna go through these next ones. So the challenge. So my why is challenge, and if you know me well, I'm always challenging people to do something differently. So the same descriptor here is a seasoned expert who provides wisdom, guidance, and experience to help you grow. This person is always going to push you further, right? It's that person that you go, oh, I wish they wouldn't tell me to do that way, but it's because they see something in you that is so special that they want to help you get to that next level. They see it. And because you show up in your 100% authenticity, they see that you have some gift that you're not using. And so they push you. They push you. Pushes individuals beyond their comfort zone. Yes, so sorry. That's my coaching. But sometimes can give you feedback. It may feel confrontational, but it's really just to help you because they see something within you that you don't see, that you've hidden for some reason. You shadow it because you protect yourself, right? I don't want to really have to use that gift. I don't want to change. Yet people that see your gift, they're going to challenge you to use it because they know that you could be doing something that you don't even realize yet. So think about a challenger in your life, and I want you to just kind of take a minute to write down, if you do not have one, not even your spouse, but if you don't have a challenger, if you had someone in your life that would make you feel uncomfortable, who would that be? Who gives you the confidence when you're around them? You go, gosh, if you see something in me, I want you to bring that out of me. I want you to tell me to go do that next thing. I want you to challenge me to do that action or sign up for that class or get involved in that community activity. Go to that event, right? So think about that for a second and just write down, who does that look like? Who has that knowledge to help you grow? so that they can challenge you, the things that you're afraid of or uncomfortable with? Who's that person that's gonna say, I'm gonna hold your hand, let's go do it? Do they have the time to be my challenge mentor? And what have you learned, or how can you learn from their success or failures? So my challenger story goes way back to my mom signing me up for ice hockey at 7 years old at Perry Park. For those of you that don't know, I was the only girl on a boys hockey team for many years and loved it. And I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Like, I didn't think, oh, we need to get more girls out here. I just love being able to be challenged to learn the strategy of ice hockey. So I would have probably never gone and played ice hockey, but it was an opportunity, and we went over and signed up and did it and loved it. And now it helps me with strategic thinking about everything that I do to help businesses, because I can see, as Wayne Gretzky would say, where's the puck going? Not where is it? Where's the play today, but where's it going? Where do you need to shoot the puck to set up the play for the next step? That's how my mind thinks because of all the years of strategic training in this sport. So those are some important things that as you think about your own life to connect. What are the things that you did as a kid? What were things in your first job that you were not comfortable with that you said, I'm going to learn something from this, right? Those are also mentors that you can reach out to. Those are also challengers that made you do something, put you on a team that you were like, oh, I don't really want to be on this team, but what did you learn from it, right? So the next one is the collaborator. The collaborator is, again, a seasoned expert who gives you guidance, wisdom, and experience to help you grow. A problem solver. Who do you go to and say, no, I've got this huge problem, and I don't even know how to think straight. You need a mentor for problem solving. It doesn't have to be the same friend, the same person, but you can go outside of your circle and say, I really respect you, and I need a thinking partner when I have a major problem. Can we have a relationship where I can come to you for guidance? I really respect the way that you've handled your life, the things that you solved, the goals that you've achieved. Who is that problem solver person in your life? You need one of these. So the collaborator is going to help you say, hey, let's figure it out. Who do you need to help you solve that problem, right? Same questions, who has the knowledge in that area? Who have you seen become a great problem solver? Do they have the time and willingness to help you, to mentor you, to help you think through problems easier? Maybe it's the challenger, right? Maybe it's just the mentor that you learn from and you watch the guidance from. But again, how do you learn from their success and their failures? Failures are the biggest important thing to see how did they handle bouncing back. We love it. We watch TikTok and YouTube and everything. We'll say, well, I failed all these times and that's the only way that I succeeded. And yet we go, well, I don't want to fail. I'm trying so hard not to fail. But fail. And get those people around you that have failed because they're going to show you a lot of perseverance. All right, the cheerleader is the next one. Oh, sorry, there's an ad. So, if you sign up for the event, 8 weeks mastermind with John, material on the high road leadership. So, that's right, placement. No, but John has this new book and it is phenomenal. And so, if you come to the event, it's included with all of your tickets as a mastermind for 8 weeks. So. All right, we will go on. All right, the cheerleader. The cheerleader is that person that is always giving you support, right? Rah, 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 the contributor. Strong, positive support, encouragement, fostering morale, enthusiasm, because you need to be motivated. So it can be that friend. It It can be that great friend that says, hey, I really support you, I believe in you. You need that person in your personal board of directors too. They need to help you think about, is it the right thing for you? Is it gonna make you happy? Is it going to really solve the problem that you're trying to solve? How many of these have, you have a cheerleader in your life? A specific cheerleader, yes, good, all right. And then the last one, oh, personal growth. Let's talk about personal growth. I feel like John is a great cheerleader for us because he asks you the questions that always matter, is what do you sing about? What do you cry about? And what do you dream about? And I feel like the very first time that I got on a call with John, these are the things he always asks first. And it makes you think about, what does your heart really want to do in the world? How do you connect to your gifts so that you can really sing? If you cry about something, it's not because you're sad, it's what do you want to solve? Is there something, a nonprofit, right? So Missy here is involved with the Refuge. She's got a huge program for after school for the kids because that's her heart. She wants to make sure these kids are protected and that they're loved. So she's not crying about it, but she's like, I know that I have the gift to solve that. It's huge. And then what do you dream about? What's really in your heart that you say, it's not the question if you had, money was no option. It's really what can you do in your community today to make things different? What do you dream the things maybe you have access to, right? How can you really make an impact today? So this will help you, again, for the cheerleader role, but these are the things that you want them to help you think through. All right, and then the truth teller is the last one. Don't we love this one? Okay, you really screwed up that time. But this one's gonna be new guidance because they're always putting you in check. It's the dawn in our life. It's the devil's advocate, like, no, you shouldn't do it that way. Watch out, you're gonna trip over yourself. There's gonna be a train there. It's Joe, the pessimist, like, you shouldn't do that this time, it's too much. But you have to have those truth tellers in your life because sometimes we get blindsided, right? We're going so fast, we feel like we're on a connection train, that we've taken a new role, we've done a new job, we've joined a new group, we're like, I'm gonna give this all my energy. And the truth teller will say, yeah, but where are the blind spots and what are you going to miss out on if you don't do it this way? Like just thinking through the challenge of making sure you're always looking for ways to improve. So, from the cheerleader to the truth teller, those seem like two conflicting areas, right? But do you have a truth teller in your life? Do you have someone that is always going to say, not in a negative way, like, you can't do that. It's, let me help you through the failure so that we can learn from that. Do you have somebody like that, or do you just have the negative naysayers? Which one? Do you have a growth truth teller?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because if you don't, find that person. Because just having the negative naysayers of like, you can't do that, you're gonna fail at that, you're not good at that. That's not the right mindset. The truth teller is going to be on your team, your champion, just, hey, this is what you need to think about, these are things you need to be connected to. And they're gonna help you expand your ideas, not close them down. Right? Because we tell ourselves horrible things every day that what we say to ourselves is the challenge. And so having somebody else tell us that, that's not gonna help. But we want these champion truth tellers to really get us to that next level. All right, so in 2019, I've got to share the story with you because this is all about faith. So this is my first leadership summit that I had. These were 9 speakers. You guys may know Twanda. Twanda's up here. She came to Top 4 Women back in April and March. So I brought 9 speakers together after I did my first year of Everyday Leaders 50 and 50 podcast. So we started that in 2018, and my vision was March 2nd, 2019, I would have this event. So we went to the art museum, and we rented the DeBost Theater, which was really great. Had 9 speakers talk about their journeys in their life. Tiffany Woods was there and talked about community development. And it was phenomenal because it was one of those things that I pushed myself out as a challenger and said, I want to do this. I want to bring value to the community. Here's where faith plays into it. In 2017, I started my company, and it was called Everyday Leaders. Right? I had this vision that I wanted to really help people with everyday consistency, everyday commitment, everyday goals to improve in their lives. And so, but I didn't have the domain, didn't have the website. I just had this idea, like where my heart was going. So I had done this podcast for a year. We had planned this event. 24 hours before the event takes place on Friday night, we get on eBay or GoDaddy. They had sent us an email and said, hey, the domain that you've been looking for is everydayleaders.com. It just came available on auction. And so on March 1st, 2019, we got online and went 3 rounds online bidding for the domain everydayleaders.com. But I didn't wait for that to happen before I said, I want to do the podcast, I want to do the event, I want to do this. Like, I knew in my heart where I wanted to go. So in 3 rounds for $149, we won the domain, the name everydayleaders.com, to own it from a guy that had owned it in Australia for 20 years and just had done nothing with it. So on this morning, I got to get up and kind of kick off the event and say, like, hey, this just happened last night, and it's really confirmation of where God wants me to go with this vision of Everyday Leaders. And so I've had so many things like that happen, you guys, since this journey. But I think that is so important to share because we had planned it, thought about it, really prayed about who the people were going to be that were going to pour into people. And then things like this happen. God just always shows up to go, okay, I'm going to give you this little gift right now. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. That's why it's a gift. That's why it's a gift. So I want you, these are a part of my board of directors still. Candy Key, love her, challenges me all the time. Toya Smith, Tiffany, Eric Sandvik, he and I really talk about, he's right here. I met him in that device, but he talks about the personal board of directors all the time and how important that is. So those characteristics of those people, I want you to think into today and for the rest of the year, like setting up your 2025. Who do you need to put in your life? Who do you need that to be? Who can help you with that? If it's somebody from your past life, like reach back out to them because I do want people to come alive in 2025. I think this is a great time for our community to get together and say, like, let's do this and let's collaborate, let's find better ways to solve problems because we have a great community here. So for those of you that were here last month, I told you a little bit about my travel in Panama. We went and transformed Panama with leadership values and transformation, but it was really about bringing community together. So this is what I see for us. Like, I think if we, as our community says, we believe this, we want to change, we want to impact, we want small businesses to group with corporations. Like, how can we serve each other? Because it seems so siloed and isolated. So I think there's a lot of work to be done, but I think it starts with us making sure that we have all those connections in place, right? So that we can all grow together. This was our kickoff for Be More in 2024 that we did in January. And it's so fun, right, to again build community, but just have a theme for your year, a word for your year, a theme for your life, so that you can change and see your own value. These are all the little, I saw that you had these cards in the school at the refuge. But having signs, having note cards, having some kind of positive affirmation for you to know if it's a mentorship card, if it's a challenger card, if it's a word, if it's a quote. Like, make sure that you put that in your life every day so that you can get the right people involved with your growth. In my groups, we're doing personal growth plan statements. And in closing here, I just wanted to kind of go through, if you've not done a growth plan before, it's super important. These are kind of the list of things for your vision statement. Making one about what kind of person do you want to become, your core values, long-term goals, short-term goals, strengths, areas for improvement, action plans, timelines, blah, blah, blah. I will send you this if you would like. If you go to the back of the page, I've got a QR code on there. It goes to the contact form. Just tell me like, hey, send me that, and I will send it to you. But it's super important because if you don't, you know, if you just think about like, I don't worry about my life, it's just going to show up that I need, you're going to end up someplace else. And so if you're really intentional about the things that you want to do, you can achieve amazing things. You just have to get into the right mindset with the right people and ask for that collaboration. And so everything's possible. Everything's possible for you in 2025. So I want to encourage you. I want to be your cheerleader. I want to be your challenger. And I'm happy to be your mentor, to push you into places, to make you feel like things that you're achieving are the things that you really want for your life. All right? God designed you so pure and so perfect, and I want you to achieve the things that you're supposed to be designed for. So that's all I have for you today. I really appreciate your time. I hope you learned something, and I hope you can come to our event because it's going to be that next level of leadership for you. So thank you. Any questions on any of this? Oh, yes. All right. Yes. Joyce, you can draw this. Okay. All right, ticket number. Nope. All right, ticket number. Okay, right now.
8452708.
2708, that's us, it's me. All right, Jill, so you get a 15 Laws of Growth book. Oh, you were it's out on the table.
You'll love that book.
And, so you took out this. Yes,
Isn't that the book I did with you?
yes, I have it. You,
So
awesome.
you can give it to somebody
You
else.
can give it away.
Give it to somebody else.
Okay,
Give
all right.
somebody else. Give it away to somebody else.
Okay.
All right.
It's a great
I'm
book.
gonna take a book from John Maxwell, and I'll give you another.
Okay.
I know.
Do that.
I give that to you.
Sorry, thank you.
2709.
2709, that's me. Yay! All right, so not only do you get the book, but you get to come on the next live John Maxwell coaching call.
Oh.
So I'll send you all that information for the date. It's a big Zoom call, ask questions, and just learn from my mentor.
Great.
So, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, yes, Erin.
What's the name of the book?
The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth.
It's fabulous.
There's a new version that we changed after 10 years. But it's got all the same content in it. Is that also on tape? It is. If you get this on Audible, he actually reads this to you.
They do have art.
It's the best personal growth book I have ever learned from. And in our book that we wrote, I talk about the 15 questions. Like, I've learned now the 15 questions are like the meanings of these chapters, and if I can't answer those questions clearly about my own life and growth, I don't do them. Because I get in trouble. I'm like, gosh, I should have gone back to that. If I just would have done those questions first. But it really does make a difference, and I think it's about building our confidence. So thank you for coming this morning. Merry Christmas. I hope to see you at one of the Aspire Christmas parties or events this week. And
The next one falls on the third.
so this one, January 8th, is going to be the next one. And Brandy Greenleaf Barnes is going to be talking about financial planning. So a great topic for January.
So you definitely have to.
Yes, since it's New Year's Day.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to know.
Yes, January 8th.
Planning it.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the 8th?
it is.
Because there would be a New Year's Day otherwise.
I know. I know. you know, so, all right, well, thank you, ladies. Have an awesome day.